Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today I have a special little treat for you. We are going to create a fun fold card. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I have two different fun fold card ideas to share with you. Now, this fun fold card idea actually came from my upline, who sent me just a gorgeous card with the sunshine and rainbows paper. So I decided to recreate it with the sunshine and rainbows, but I'm also going to be featuring the All Together product suite. So we're gonna combine the two into this beautiful card. And it's just so fun. It might look a little complicated, but trust me, it's very easy to recreate. Now, the cards I am sharing today feature the Here Together stamp set from Stampin' Up. So this is a brand new stamp set, actually a brand new bundle, because it also includes the Here For You dies if you decide to get it as a bundle. So I am going to be using this to create the cards today. I will also be featuring the All Together Designer Series papers. So there's a variety of different black and white images in here that you can color and use in your card making. And of course, all of my rainbows on the cards today came from the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. So this is one of the items that you can choose for free with a qualifying purchase during Saleabration. And the last thing I will be showcasing today are our brand new Natural Tone Stampin Blends. So I created this little color chart so you could kind of see the differences in the colors. There are 10 different Stampin' Blends, and you can get them as a collection or you can get them individually in a pack of 2. So what you'll see here with the chart is that this light natural tone comes with these 2 colors, then the medium light has these 2, and so on. So I will post this color chart out on my blog so that you can use it as a reference. Okay, so we are going to create this particular card, and then I'll show you the other card. The other card has the exact same measurements. The only difference is that I did it in landscape style instead of portrait style. So I'm going to show you the portrait style one first. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to cut a 5.5 by 9 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. So on the 9 1/4 inch side, you're going to score it at 3.5 and 7 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to fold on the score lines so that you can see how this looks. So this will be the base of our card. Next, you're going to cut a 3 by 6 inch piece of white cardstock. So actually one of the pieces that's left over, when you cut an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock, you'll end up with an 11 inch long extra piece. So just cut it down to 6 inches and then score it in the middle at 3 inches to create this little section. So this is kind of our fun fold flap section of the card. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my little piece for the inside of the card. So this is actually going to go on that little flap on our fun fold. So I'm going to start with this because we're going to use the Stampin' Blends to color it. So I'm going to be using a light shade, a medium light, a medium, and a medium deep shade to color my image. So this is just one of the fun little patterns in that All Together Designer Series paper pack. So I'm just going to go around and color all of these images here. Okay, so now that our coloring is done, I'm just going to set this aside with that little 3 inch piece, that little fun fold flap. So we're going to start by decorating our card base. So I am using some of the different patterns from the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. So this first piece is just cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to put that on the left side of my card front. I have a 1 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of designer paper. So I just chose a different pattern. And so that's how I'm going to decorate that part. And then on the inside, just gonna open this up, we're just gonna add the same size pieces on the inside. So this is my 3 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. That's for the inside. And then I have a 1 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch piece that I'm gonna put on this side. Okay, so that's the base of our fun fold card. Now we're going to decorate this little flap, this little fun fold section. Although we have a fun fold section on the base of the card, we're also going to add this little fun fold section. So I just added a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of this fun fold section. So this section is actually going to go into the card this direction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just turn my card because we're going to adhere it to this flap on the top. So we can just adhere it right in kind of the middle of this flap here. And I had my double-sided tape on here on the back of this. So this lays on the top, and then this little section here goes inside the card. Our outside flap goes on top, and then this goes over the top. So you're really just adhering this piece to this flap, but then when you close it, that's where you just kind of tuck that bottom part underneath. So let's decorate the inside first. So here's where I'm going to add that little piece that I colored. So this is just that 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece of pattern paper from that All Together Designer Series paper pack. So we'll just add that to the inside there. Then I just cut out one of the rainbows from the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper pack. So I actually just cut this out with a scissors. You can use the die if you have the die from that particular bundle. But I just use the scissors. It cuts out pretty easy. And then I just cut out 2 cloud shapes with the cloud punch. And I have dimensionals on this one. So I'm going to add this one first because I want to make sure that I don't go over this little edge here with my cloud. Otherwise I won't be able to close that. And then I'm going to add a little dimensional over here. And my other cloud is going to just kind of hang off onto the inside of the card. So that's totally fine because your card will still close. So I'm just going to add this over here. And then basically this just lays down. This comes over, then this part comes over, and now we can decorate our outer piece. Okay, to decorate my outside piece here, I just cut another one of those little rainbow shapes from a piece of that designer paper, and then I cut out 2 more cloud shapes. So what I'm going to do is actually stamp a little greeting right on one of these clouds. And I'm just using Bermuda Bay ink just to coordinate with what I have for my card. So the first thing I'm going to do is just adhere this little rainbow right on the top. And then I'm going to take one of my cloud images here, or one of my cloud shapes, and I'm going to adhere this down on the bottom. And I want to make sure that this part of the cloud does not go over this edge, otherwise you won't be able to open it. And then I'm going to add a little dimensional right over here. And we'll add a little bit of glue to our cloud. And then this one is just going to go kind of off the side a little bit. So you can actually make it flush with the side if you want, or you can let it overhang. That's fine, because this part of the card will open up so this little cloud won't get hung up on anything. All right, so here's what the card looks like so far. So we have our rainbow on the front, and it says love changes everything. And then we have our rainbow and hand images on the inside. And then we just have to finish decorating the inside. So we got to put a little piece of designer paper over here. So that piece is just 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we can just add that there. So this is a great way to use up your designer paper. And then the last thing I did is just add a little sentiment on the inside. So, and you still have plenty of room to write. So it says, love changes everything. We'll get through this together. Just really, really pretty card. And then for the finishing touch, you can just add a little bit of twine and add whatever kind of embellishments you want to add. Okay, this second card idea was created the exact same way as the first. The only difference is that I decorated it in landscape style instead of portrait style. So it's the exact same measurements, it's just decorated differently. So this time I added an extra cloud up on the top so that I had a little closure for my card. So you can tuck the corner of this fun fold section underneath here. And then you have a little closure for your card. This other one does not have a closure, so it does kind of stay open. If you don't want your card to stay open, you want it to be flatter, just don't use dimensionals, and it'll lay a lot flatter. Just a little tip for you. So I used some of the All Together Designer Series paper, and I just colored my own rainbow. So this is actually one of the patterns of paper. And this says, "You matter to me." And then I left a little space here to write a message. And then on the inside, I used one of the dies up on top. Just kind of says, "You matter, love changes everything." And then one of those fabulous images that I colored in with those Natural Tone Stampin Blends. So again, it's the same concept for creating this card, the exact same measurements. I just decorated it differently. So here's what they both look like. One is portrait, one is landscape. Okay, so there you go. Now you have two different ways that you can use this fun fold in your card making. And if you enjoyed these card ideas, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.